My name is Pooja Narayan, and today we are going to discuss a very interesting and powerful concept which is called map is not the territory. This NLP concept is used to train and coach leaders throughout the world in all big multinationals and corporates. But don't worry, my intention today here is to tell it to you in very simplified terms so that you can understand and use it in your life to make it better. I'm sure all of us must have heard of this phrase. हिंदी में एक कहावत है जिसको बोलते हैं कुएं का मेंढक. So map is not the territory signifies very much that. एक कुएं का मेंढक ऐसा होता है जो अपनी दुनिया सिर्फ उस कुएं को समझता है, उसकी बाहर की दुनिया को उसको पता नहीं, के बारे में उसको कुछ भी पता नहीं है. एंड उसके मरने तक भी अगर आप उससे पूछेंगे कि दुनिया कैसी होती है तो ही विल प्रोबेबली से दैट इट्स अ वेरी डीप डार्क प्लेस विथ वाटर ऑल अराउंड, राइट? बिकॉज दैट इज हिज मैप. बट द टेरिटरी आउटसाइड इज मच बिगर. Ironically, a lot of human beings also spend their lives just like that. Did you know this? That in our surrounding there is 6 billion worth of information available to us to process every second, and human brain at the conscious level can only process 36 bits of information per second. मैं ये रिपीट करती हूँ, हमारे आसपास एवरी सेकेंड 6 बिलियन बिट्स वर्थ ऑफ इंफॉर्मेशन अवेलेबल होता है, जिसमें से ह्यूमन माइंड की कैपेसिटी सिर्फ अराउंड 36 बिट्स ऑफ इंफॉर्मेशन वर्थ ऑफ इंफॉर्मेशन प्रोसेस करने की कैपेबिलिटी होती है. हम इस इंफॉर्मेशन के बारे में आगे समझेंगे. अभी के लिए आप इसको सिंक इन कीजिए एंड लेट्स मूव ऑन. And I would like to emphasize again before we move forward that please keep a very open mind for this session, because nothing in itself is absolute, and I will tell you how. So I think this we all know, that we observe the world around us through our 5 senses. हम अपने आसपास की दुनिया को देखकर, सुनकर, महसूस करके, टेस्ट करके या स्मेल करके ऑब्जर्व करते हैं, एक्सपीरियंस करते हैं. सो आई थिंक इट विल बी फेयर टू से दैट एनी पीस ऑफ इंफॉर्मेशन दैट गेट्स मिस्ड बाय आवर 5 senses combined together is also missed by us. मतलब हमारे 5 सेंसेस मिलके भी जिस इंफॉर्मेशन को हमारे सराउंडिंग से ग्रास्प नहीं कर पाते हैं, वो पीस ऑफ इंफॉर्मेशन हम रजिस्टर नहीं करते. Now is the time to connect the dots between the information that I gave you earlier. With the gap between a 6 billion and 36, it's not surprising at all that that an enormous amount of filtration is happening in the information which is available to us to the information which actually comes to us and we register it. Why are we talking about this? Because it's important for us to be able to appreciate the fact that we as humans have limitation, and the first level of limitation starts with your senses. It gives us certain amount of humility to know that we will never know it all. But don't take my words for the truth. Validate it for yourself. I'll ask you a small question. अगर आप किसी कमरे में बैठे हैं और बाहर से आपको किसी डॉग की आवाज़ सुनाई दे रही है, तो आप बोलेंगे कि आपके आसपास कोई डॉग है. मैं सेम सवाल अगर एक बैट के लिए करूं, एक चमगादड़ के लिए करूं, तो आप जब तक उस चमगादड़ को बाहर जाकर देखते नहीं हैं, तब तक आप मुझे यही जवाब देंगे कि आपके आसपास कोई चमगादड़ नहीं है. एंड माइंड यू, दिस इज़ व्हेन चमगादड़ जैसे कुत्ता भौंकता है वैसे ही चमगादड़ एक सुपरसोनिक साउंड निकालता है. सो दैट क्रीचर इज मेकिंग दैट साउंड, एंड येट योर आंसर इज ऑपोजिट टू व्हाट इट शुड बी. दैट इज़ बिकॉज हमारे कान का, हमारे हियरिंग एबिलिटी की एक लिमिटेशन है. एक सर्टन फ्रीक्वेंसी के ऊपर और नीचे हम नहीं सुन सकते हैं. सो एनी साउंड बियॉन्ड दैट लिमिट is actually off limits for us. So this example tells us that with whatever information our senses is able to gather for us from the surrounding, we make an image of the reality in our mind. That is our representation of the reality. But that is all that it is. It is a representation of the reality and not the reality in its absolute self. This was all about our first level of limitations. Now we come to the second level of limitations that human beings live with, which is called conditioning or programming. For all those who have attended our session on Train Your Brain or Reprogramming Your Brain, and all those who will be seeing the series of videos on Train Your Brain on this app, you will learn about this topic in a lot more detail. But for this session, for this episode, I'll try to explain very simply that programming or conditioning means आपके ग्रोइंग अप के टाइम पे आपको जैसा माहौल दिया गया, जैसे आप पलाए बढ़ाए गए, जैसे आपको ढलाया गया, that is what conditioning is. And the number of things which contribute to your personality, to how you become, to how you approach life is innumerable. But I'll discuss a few examples with you. First of all, it starts right with your mother's womb. And it goes on to a number of things, whether you are born in a rich family or a family which is barely able to meet ends, whether you lived in a nuclear family or a joint family, whether you spent your childhood in a convent school, in an all-girls or all-boys school, or in a co-ed school, whether you lived in a hostel or you lived with your parents and your siblings. And I will not even get into the details of आप इंडिया के कौन से सिटी, कौन से स्टेट के, कौन से सिटी के, कौन से पार्ट में पैदा हुए हो, because it is going to take another whole episode to talk about the conditioning that comes from there. But I'll definitely take the example of the Western world and the Eastern world. जो चीज़ें वेस्टर्न वर्ल्ड में एक्सेप्टेबल हैं, कैजुअल हैं, एवरीबडी इज़ ओके विथ, अगर हम उन सेम सिचुएशंस को, सेम चीज़ों को उठाकर ईस्टर्न वर्ल्ड में ले आएँ, द सेम थिंग्स विल नॉट बी एक्सेप्टेबल हियर. एंड ये वर्ल्ड के दोनों पार्ट में ह्यूमन बींग्स ही रह रहे हैं. सो हाउ इज़ इट पॉसिबल दैट एक सेट ऑफ ह्यूमन बीइंग के लिए कोई चीज़ सही है, कोई चीज़ रियलिटी है, एक्सेप्टेबल है, एंड दूसरे सेट ऑफ ह्यूमन बीइंग्स के लिए नहीं है. दिस इन इटसेल्फ टेल्स अस दैट कोई ट्रूथ, कोई पर्सपेक्टिव अपने आप में एब्सोल्यूट हो ही नहीं सकता. इट टोटली डिपेंड्स ऑन द कॉन्टेक्स्ट. इजंट इट वर्थ कंसिडरिंग? अगर आप नज़रिया बदल दीजिए तो उसके मायने बदल जाएंगे. Because of our conditioning, we develop a habitual way of thinking, a habitual way of what we pay attention to and what we don't pay attention to, a habitual way of approaching life. So really, after a point of time, it is not so much as the truth or what we are observing in the reality, in the surroundings, but a habitual way of looking at things because of which we perceive the reality. अब जब हम अपने मैप के लिमिटेशन के बारे में कुछ हद तक समझ गए हैं, I think we can move on to discuss what areas of life can we apply this concept in. And I think the first, the foremost, the most important aspect of our life is relationships. And if you actually look deeply, relationships की सबसे बड़ी प्रॉब्लम यही है. Whether it is between parents and kids, whether it is between spouses in a lot of times, between siblings, in-laws and son-in-law and daughter-in-law. In a lot of these settings, these relationships, we do acknowledge, हम लोग इस बात को acknowledge करते हैं कि भाई there is a generation gap, or in the case of in-laws we say that there is a cultural gap. Maybe उसके घर पे कुछ और होता है, हमारे घर पे कुछ और होता है. When we go to the extent of acknowledging the gap, then why not appreciate and agree to have that gap? Why not be able to think that the other person is coming from their map and I am in my map? We can collaborate, step out of our maps, and get to a midway in whichever case it is possible. And in whichever case it is not possible, just be okay. Just agree to disagree with each other. And especially when we are talking from this point of view, it is important for me to mention that the most important thing that will play a role here is not to label whose approach is better. Not to label कि आजकल के बच्चों का तो ऐसा ही एटीट्यूड हो गया है, वो ऐसे ही करते हैं, क्या किया जा सकता है, हमारा कल्चर बहुत मॉडर्नाइज हो गया है या बहुत वेस्टर्नाइज हो गया है. एंड सेम विद द किड्स दैट वो तो पिछले जनरेशन को बिलोंग करते हैं, उनको क्या समझ में आएगा. दे हैव अ ओल्ड ट्रेडिशनल माइंड सेट, सो दे विल नॉट गेट अस. व्हाई डू वी हैव टू पुट अ लेबल टू इट? Let it just be at that. I am that I am and they are that they are. Not understanding the concept of map is not the territory is the mother of all misunderstandings and all conflicts. I will try to explain this with a small example. एक इंसान जिसकी कंडीशनिंग ऐसी है, जिसके मैप में उसने ये भर रखा है that people don't like me so much. I am not well appreciated in life. And because of that, he also thinks that his wife does not pay enough attention to him, does not value him enough. And ऐसे आदमी के साथ छोटी छोटी इंस्टेंसेस भी बड़े मिसअंडरस्टैंडिंग्स क्रिएट कर देती हैं. Take a situation where such a person calls out his wife while his wife is leaving home, and the wife does not respond. In fact, the moment he calls out her name, it is that very instance where she opens the door, rushes to the lift and goes down and leaves for work. This person does not bother to go and talk to the wife and just keep hovering over his own thought process, over the thoughts which is there in his map, that she ignored me. Did I do something wrong? Is she upset with me? Or she should not have behaved this way. It is wrong to not give enough value to me, and what not. And for the next 4 days, 5 days, 10 days, this person is just surrounded in or rather imprisoned in that energy of self-loathing and not being liked. He saw all of this, and with what his map suggested, he made this as the reality. This was his representation of the reality, which actually was very different from the reality. When that person shouted out at his wife, she was wearing earpods, rehearsing for the presentation that she had to give at work that morning. She was not looking at him, so she did not hear him. And that very moment when he called out her name, the lift had come, so she just rushed to get into the lift so that she does not waste more time before leaving for office. His map is making his life so difficult, whereas in reality, nothing has really happened. And very much connected to this issue is the virtue of accurate perception. This was a classical case of inaccurate perception, and our biases, our conditioning, our ability of not having an open mind often does not allow us to have an accurate perception of the world. So the next time, whenever in a situation you feel that I am not being valued enough, or my parents don't understand me, uh, the kids are so involved in their own life, they don't have any time for us. What's the point of talking to the other person? They will never get my point of view. Just pause there for a minute and think, can I also be wrong? If my kids are not giving me enough time, uh, am I doing something which is not allowing them to come close to me? Or have I spoken to them? Do they know that I feel this way? He never gets me. She never gets me. Do I get her? Do I get him? Can I think that the person has some perception of their own, some background, some base with which they talk to me? Can I change that? And what I'm saying is not just applicable in relationships, it is in your personal development as well. The next time you stress over the small things in life, of the mistakes that you've done in the past, of the worries of what will happen in the future, imagining scenarios that is unlikely to ever happen in life. As human beings, we are so attached to materialistic things that if we lose a watch which was given by our mother, our loved ones, if we lose a picture that we of God that we got from a holy place, and many such small and big things, at every point ask yourself, whatever I am sulking over today, whatever I am grieving over today, is this going to matter to me 5 years from now? And if the answer to that question is no, then depending on the intensity of the problem, very honestly, you should not even devote 5 minutes to it. As you go about your daily life, this day, this week, in the next 10 days, this month, I would like to challenge you. The next time you think that you're angry about something is upsetting you a lot, you are not comfortable with your life, you're very frustrated, unhappy about things, stop there. Have a bit of a self-talk. Ask yourself, whatever I'm experiencing, is it coming to me because of my map, my biases? Is the way that I am looking at the situation, at the person, the only way? Is the way that I'm approaching this problem the only way possible, or it is one of the many options which is available to me? And I know what I'm asking you to do may or may not make it more interesting or easier, but I'm sure of one thing: if you develop this habit of self-talk, if you keep trying, at one point or another you will hit at something which will start working for you. And as a byproduct, you start developing a habitual way of approaching things which is more solution oriented rather than problem centric. And when you are faced in a situation that you are in a state of conflict, either with yourself or with another person, tell yourself that there is always scope for another perspective, for another point of view. The key really is to remind yourself that there is always another choice, and use that choice at your discretion. I really hope that after this episode, all of us will develop at least one new way of looking at life. At every situation where we are stuck, we'll know how to move forward.